We'll just go right for it. Sounds good. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the GoNoGo show. I am your host Adam and I'm going to hold your hand this week and bring you through all the movies that you should or should not see in the movie theater experience. See what you should spend your hard-earned money on it, because guys, I know how hard you work for your money because I work just as hard for it. Probably not as hard as you guys, but still hard enough to know. So we have a jam-packed episode, so I'm going to jump right into it. After I'm going to get into all the venues you could check out to see our movie reviews or to read the movie reviews, the short and sweet ones. We have on our Instagram page, it's at GoNoGo Movie Reviews right there. Look how pretty that new graphic is. It's so pretty. Good job, Keith. And we have our Twitter page at GoNoGo Show. And if you are on, if you want to check out on like your mobile devices and stuff like that, we have our YouTube page, GoNoGo Show on YouTube. There it is. You can check out our pretty faces while we're saying all our reviews. Or if you don't have a tablet and you just have like a laptop or something like that, you go on www.wpcommunitymedia.org. It's right there. You see that? It's helping me out a lot, actually. I really like this. Very nice. And also, if you're watching it on TV on Friday nights, if you're in the White Plains area, it's Verizon 76, Cablevision 45. Or is that the other way around? Cablevision 76, Verizon 45. You see that? Now that's one thing I still mess up on. There was no graphic there, so I apologize. So getting right into it, we have 4 movies we're going to review today. We're starting off with the new Al Pacino movie, Danny Collins. We're going into the horror movie that's been making a lot of waves in the indie and also in like the big film stratosphere, whatever you want to call it. It Follows. After that is another indie called While We're Young, and the end all be all, the best, the one that we've all been waiting for. I'm finally going to get into the Fast and Furious Part 7, simply titled Furious 7. So let's get right into it. Let's start with Danny Collins. Let's check it out.
See those holding girls in the front room?
You can't choose your fans, Danny.
Oh, no way! You don't surprise a guy my age. You give me a heart attack.
Do you remember doing an interview when you were a kid, Chime magazine?
You write like Lennon, man.
John Lennon read it, and he wrote you a letter in 1971. Can you believe it?
Dear Danny Collins, stay true to yourself. Stay true to your music. My phone number is below. We can discuss this. I'm a joke. I haven't written a song in 30 years.
You're having a breakdown.
I'm broken. Ain't nothing left to break. What would have happened if I got that letter when I was supposed to? I want to cancel the rest of the tour.
I need a plane. Jersey.
Oh, welcome to the Hilton.
Look who it is. I see. So you're staying indefinitely here? Are you on drugs?
Currently or in general?
Currently.
No. Dinner?
You're asking me to dinner?
I think so.
I'm going to have to decline.
You're not a fan?
Currently or in general?
In general.
No.
But we have good patter.
Why New Jersey?
I'm meeting someone for the first time. How do I look?
Well, you look slightly ridiculous.
Nah.
See you at 7.
No, you won't. You'd expect it to be easy meeting your grown son for the first time.
Hello.
Hello.
Why are you here?
I'm just making some changes in my life.
In a few minutes, my husband's gonna walk through that door, and this will be the last time I ever see you.
We have every right to be angry.
I don't care enough to be angry, okay? Nice to meet you. Have a good life.
Family can be messy, but you shouldn't give up.
I agree. Dinner tomorrow?
Good night, Danny.
I haven't written anything in a long time.
You're nervous.
Yes.
I love that.
You know, I've spent my entire life trying to become the man that you aren't.
I don't know what to say.
I don't need you to say anything, man. I just need you to leave.
You're gonna have to deal with it because I'm here. You can't buy redemption.
Dinner tomorrow?
You know what I like about you? You never give up.
Some dinners are worth fighting for.
That was delightful. As you can tell from the trailer, it has a very nice soundtrack to listen to while you're watching this movie. Al Pacino, thank you for making me believe again. I was so I wrote you off a while ago, as I did with De Niro. It just seems like you guys are just making a mockery of your legacy with some of the film choices that you've taken on in the past 10 years or something like that. So I love you. You're a living legend, and this is now more the kind of role that you should be taking on. You know, you're older, you're in your golden years, which is great, and there's still a lot of work out there for guys like you. But like when I see you in something like Righteous Kill, when you guys are like still trying to be cool and shoot 'em up action films and stuff like that, and just with horrible scripts, just doing it just to do it, or because you need the paycheck or something like that. I was very, very worried about what your career was going to turn into, and especially that god awful cameo / co-starring role in Jack and Jill. That was just unforgivable. But this movie is bringing you back into light. Same way De Niro was showing us why we loved him in the first place when it came to Silver Linings Playbook. You're starting to get back on track. It's showing us that you're charming. This movie was very charming. He said we have good patter when he was saying with Annette Bening. That was pretty much what this movie was. It was very charming. It was it's touched on what's real. It was a story about redemption. It was a story about trying to make amends and just really appreciating what's real, like love, friendship, and most of all, family. Shout out to Bobby Cannavale, if you guys recognize him from the trailer. He's been in a ton of movies. This guy right here, we had to give a nice picture of him because this family right here was just beautiful. Jennifer Garner was great, and Bobby is just fantastic. I'm glad his career is taking off. He's been around for a long time. He's been doing movies, and it was Boardwalk Empire that really brought him into made him a household name. So if not for Pacino, watch it for that guy because he is fantastic in this film. The last scene had me in tears, I have to say. So I'm going to give this one a go, because it's Pacino kind of getting back into form. So if you want just a nice lighthearted fluff movie, this is the one for you. So go for that one. Following it up now in a completely different genre, we're going to go with the horror one that gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's It Follows. Let's check it out.
I used to daydream about being old enough to go on dates. I had this image of myself holding hands with a really cute guy, driving along some pretty road. It's never about going anywhere, really. It's having some sort of freedom, I guess.
Jay, you awake?
What did you do?
You're not gonna believe me, and I need you to remember what I'm saying. This thing, it's gonna follow you. Somebody gave it to me, and I passed it to you. Wherever you are, it's somewhere walking straight for you. All you can do is pass it along to someone else.
I'm scared. I need to find him.
What did he really do to you?
Apparently, he used a fake name to rent a house in the city.
This isn't real, I swear to you, this is just some game.
If it kills her, it gets me. It goes straight down the line, whoever started it.
What exactly is supposed to be following you?
I don't know.
Something happened. It's not what she thinks, okay?
You don't believe me. Mom? No, it's me.
Everything's okay.
It could look like someone you know, or it could be a stranger in a crowd. Whatever helps it get close to you.
Yeah. As you all know from my previous reviews, or if you've been following my page for a while, that I I don't do horror. I never have. I'm a wuss. When people ask me, how come you don't review horror movies, Adam? I say, hey, because I'm a wuss. And you know what? I'm okay with that. So if you want to check it out and let me know how it is, that's great. But I heard a lot of great things about this one, and I had to check it out for myself. I wasn't disappointed. I really wasn't. Not because of because it was really scary or it was really gory, because it really wasn't. It was more of like a creep fest, like one of those old 70s creepy, like the horror movies. You can tell because look at the car. Look at the car and the car that they're sitting in. That's like a 70s car right there. It's modern. It's a modern day movie. Like the girl's going to college and like her friend's reading like this digital book or something like that. So you know it's modern times, but there's a lot of old feel. There's a lot of old feel to it. Like this car, and like they'll be watching a Cary Grant movie on a black and white TV. Little one sitting on top of a non-working TV that looks like it's from the days of like A Christmas Story. So it's like it's really cool how it mixes. It's one of those movies that knows what it is, which I like about it. It's self-aware. It's one of those really like awesomely bad, but like really intriguing and creepy creep fests, basically. And it had a really like retro 80s soundtrack to it. You heard in the trailer. It was like bing beedly doo dee bong diddly doo bing. Every time something like weird was coming around the corner, something's gonna happen. You hear like this electronic music start going on. So I thought that was really cool. It's like a throwback to the old horror movies, but with a really pretty cool concept. You know, this thing that it's just constantly following you, and everyone knows the rules of horror. If you have sex in a horror movie, you die. Everyone knows that. But in this one, that is how this thing is passed on. So it's kind of like it's an STP. It's a sexually transmitted poltergeist. So, I mean, this might be actually work better than condoms out there for you kids if you don't want this kind of creepy thing going on. So I'm going to give this movie a go because it was actually a lot of fun to watch. For you gorehounds out there, it's not going to satisfy your bloodthirst, but it's definitely worth a watch because it's creepy, it's inventive, it's like a throwback mixed with like a modern day type of telling. Pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and say give that one a go. Moving on to the next one. Another indie film starring Ben Stiller called While We're Young. Let's check it out.
I like our life as it is.
Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to take off to Paris tomorrow, we could.
If we're gonna do it, we should plan it at least a month in advance.
A month is still in the realm of spontaneity.
Beautiful class.
Oh, thanks.
I really loved your film, Power Elite.
You've seen it.
That scene with the dogs around the garbage. How did you stage that?
Those dogs were just there, and I said, hey, shoot those dogs.
Beautiful.
Why do you suddenly want to hang out with a couple of 25-year-olds?
We were just 25. I mean, we weren't, but, you know.
We're the boring couple with a baby. What have you guys been doing?
We met this interesting couple.
You came!
He's a young documentarian, and she makes ice cream.
How old are they?
25, 26.
26, 27.
They're children.
Yeah, 9 years ago they couldn't vote.
I love his shoes. I have some wingtips here somewhere. I stopped wearing them when I got shin splints.
What kind of class is this again? Hip-hop.
And
true gangsters don't speak.
There's something about being around them that energizes you.
You have arthritis in your knee.
Arthritis? Arthritis?
Yes. I usually just say it once.
I remember when this song was just considered bad. But it's working. If I'm gonna be totally honest with myself, I don't think I'm ever gonna die. I know that's crazy. It's crazy.
We've got this ayahuasca ceremony this weekend with Jamie and Darby.
What's an ayahuasca ceremony?
We drink this sludgy liquid and you hallucinate and vomit up your demons.
Okay. Well, we're just having a cookout and maybe playing charades.
I wish you'd look at me the way you look at Jamie and Darby. When we first met, you wooed me with romantic emails.
It wouldn't make sense for me to send you emails now. We're in the same room all the time.
We don't know how else to say this, but we're worried about you guys.
Do you think that Jamie came to my class because he knew that I was married to you? That this was all so he could meet your dad?
The world isn't a conspiracy against you.
It's all a pose. It's like he once saw a sincere person and he's been imitating him ever since. Go back inside!
For the first time in my life, I stopped thinking of myself as a child imitating an adult.
You feel that way too?
What is that, hoedown?
Hip-hop.
All right. I had no idea what this movie was about when I first saw it. I was actually going to the movie theater near me in Lincoln Center, and I saw this was playing, and I haven't even heard of it. I haven't seen a trailer or anything like that, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool because they have a a stellar cast. You have Ben Stiller, you have Naomi Watts, Adam Driver, which I love, by the way. He's really climbing the charts on his popularity and his showing what he's made of. He's on the show Girls, in case you guys don't recognize him, but he's really blowing up. He's going to be in the new Star Wars film. So Adam Driver, good for you. You got Amanda Seyfried in this movie, and it's really like it's a very sharp comedy about pretty much the world that we're living in today. It's very hipster. This is a very like hipster comedy. It's very like sharp. It's very intelligent comedy type of. But it also, I love how it holds a mirror to the hypocrisy of it all, I guess, and it's just the generational gap, the difference between what people were back in the day. Look, there's the generational gap right there. Ben Stiller's trying to dress more like Adam Driver because it makes him feel young and stuff, but yet trying to feel young and dress like Adam Driver, while Adam Driver's trying to look older with a fedora like the old school days and stuff like that. So it's like this big like paradox of these people who have no idea what the heck they're doing, and it's pretty much what hipsters are. It's pretty funny. But there's like this part when Naomi Watts says it's like their apartment is made up of all the stuff that we threw away, but they make it work and it looks good. So it's like all these Williamsburg, Brooklyn hipsters and stuff like that, and they're both documentarians. Ben Stiller's old school, more moral based, very ethical. He's making this documentary about and just going about it the right way, about truth and just seeking truth and stuff like that for his material. And Adam Driver is taking a different approach. While the facts of his documentary are true, the way he goes about retrieving the facts or displaying them is a little unethical, and that's where the dilemma comes in. That's where like the problems come in. It shows the difference between our generations, where basically you can't really blame them, because in this world we live in today, you got to be a killer to get ahead. And if you want to be successful in a business with a bunch of sharks, sometimes you have to be a shark to do it. So it's kind of cool. It shows both sides. It doesn't demonize anyone though. It's easy. It'll be easy to make Adam Driver the bad guy in this one because he's the unethical one and he's like the newer generation, whatever. But it doesn't. It shows that sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And Naomi Watts, when she was taking that hip hop class, it would be very easy to start making fun of her because she's this older woman doing a hip hop class, but she's having so much fun with it. We're kind of having fun watching her, So it's kind of like, why not? I mean, who cares how old she is? If she wants to take a hip hop class, let her take a hip hop class. So it's pretty cool. It shows the ethical dilemmas that these characters face when they're faced with things like their own mortality and their own morality, basically, and just dealing with all that stuff. So it was very, very nice diamond in the rough, I would call it. So I'm going to give this one a go. I say if you catch it in the theaters, you do. If you don't worry about it. Even if it's on TV, give it a watch because it's pretty cool. Sometimes it's these characters' problems. You're like Cry Me a River, but sometimes you completely relate. So it shows both sides of all of it. So it's basically a first world problems movie. It's a movie solely based off of first world problems. So I say give this one a go. Now getting into the next one. This is the one we've all been waiting for. The one I've been bragging about for the last 2 months. The biggest movie of the spring, Furious 7. Let's rev our engines. Let's check it out.
The most important thing in life will always be the people right here, right now. That's what's real. Hello?
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me. You're about to.
Who did this? Remember Owen Shaw? This is his big bad brother. He's a special forces assassin. They created a monster. Looks like the sins of London have followed us home. We're being hunted.
Shaw lives in a world that doesn't play by your rules. Like it or not, you and your friends are a part of it now.
I don't have friends. I got family. This time it ain't just about being fast.
Can somebody just walk me through what we supposed to be doing?
Yo, Roman, you need some fresh air?
Just when you didn't think it could get any better, huh? Everybody get foolish.
We got mercenaries after us with enough weapons to wipe out small countries. This right here takes crazy to a whole nother level.
So what's the plan, Don?
One last ride.
Nope, I'm not looking.
What's up now? What's up now? What's up now? Hold it down like what's up now?
Right? If there's ever a time to do a man grunt, it's then. The Tim Allen Home Improvement man grunt. Do it with the guy. God, doesn't that just pump you up? That's exactly how you're gonna feel throughout this entire movie. The same thing with the rest of the movies in the franchise, starting with number 4, because the first one was amazing, of course. Second one, nah. The third one, it wasn't really a Fast and Furious movie, but I still enjoyed it. I like Tokyo Drift. The fourth one, bands back together. Fifth one, Ocean's 11 with cars. Sixth one, the craziest, longest airstrip in the history of any country ever, but who cares because it's amazing. And Vin Diesel like walks through fire at the end with not a scratch on him, like, yeah, I'm family. And then you got this one. Just the opening alone. I'm not going to give away what it is, but it's just the introducing Jason Statham's character. Just when you think the movie couldn't get any more badass, because with the addition with The Rock, you have Jason Statham in this, and Tony Jaa. If anyone knows who Tony Jaa is, he's like the modern day Jet Li, and like Jackie Chan type thing, where no wire work, he does all his own stunts or whatever. But he's not too good with English right now, so he has a smaller part, but he kicks butt. He gets a good fight in with Paul Walker. God rest his soul. Again, this is the last installment that Paul Walker will be joining, obviously because of his untimely death. So they actually had a very, very nice farewell to him. I believe it leaked all over the internet, so I guess you could watch it online. But who would really want to do that? Just go to the movie and see this. Like I was very choked up at the end. It was a very, very fond farewell to one of the men who basically was in it for the whole thing, and him and Vin were basically the reason why this franchise exists, and each one keeps getting better and better and better and crazier and crazier. I mean, they're jumping bulletproof sports cars from skyscraper to skyscraper, like you see it in the trailer. Like, what? Are you kidding me? That's why I love this franchise. It knows what it is. It doesn't care. It gets crazier and crazier and crazier. You fall in love with the characters, and it's like becoming like the Avengers for like action stars. Like they're just pulling, all right, who's really cool now? Yeah, let's take this guy. Who's really cool now? Tyrese was just in an interview saying, if we had to choose, like I would want Matt Damon to be a part of it. Like, so we're gonna do what we can to get Matt Damon to be a part of this. Whether that's gonna happen or not, it doesn't matter. Still, that's just how they're thinking. You got Kurt Russell, who has a smaller part in this one, but has a bigger plan for the next one. Yes, kids, there's gonna be a next one. I love how they always say that. It's always like one last ride, but it's like one last ride, yet you sign on for 3 more movies. So I don't really understand. But hey, doesn't matter to me. That one last ride probably could have been for Paul. So it's keep them coming. That's all I got to say is keep them coming. So this movie, I'm not sure. Do you think I'm gonna? Should I give it a go or no go? You just find the biggest screen possible. If you could find an IMAX screen sitting on top of an IMAX screen, and they play it like simultaneously and like make it one giant like ultimate IMAX screen, see it on that. Pay $50 if you have to. The movie is fantastic. The soundtrack is fun. It's really really energetic, and it just talking about it gives me energy. Like when I got out of it, I was like, oh, I just want to fight someone. I want to race, or I want to fight. I don't know which one to do first. Let's do something terrible. Let's make bad decisions. It's one of those movies. So yeah, go. I'm gonna give that one a go. So that is pretty much all we have for you today. We're gonna come back at you next week with a few independent films, because the summer movie season is coming, and The Avengers is going to kick off the summer movie season, but we're not quite there yet. So I'll show you a couple of diamonds in the rough coming up in the next episode that it would be really cool to check out or not check out. Let's see, waiting with bated breath on the edge of our seat. So to go over all the places you can see our reviews, again, you have our website, www.wpcommunitymedia.org. There's our Instagram page right there, at GoNoGo Movie Reviews. We have our Twitter page, at GoNoGo Show. We have our YouTube page, GoNoGo Show. There's 2 words. GoNoGo is 1 word, and then Show. And you can check out all the episodes on there if you don't go to the wpcommunitymedia.org. You can check it on that. Or if you're in the White Plains area on Friday nights, you could check it out on Verizon 45, Cablevision 76. I believe I got that one right. And yeah, I got the thumbs up. I got the go ahead. I got the go on the Go No Go show. How cool is that? All right. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for this week, guys. I'll catch you next week. Thanks for stopping by.